Good afternoon, good morning, and good night, everybody. Today, we're going to do something different. We're going to tackle a different ninja esque uh, topic of video games. Um, we got Phantom Blade Zero, new gameplay, and it looks to be the start of the game, the beginning portions, but there is this message saying tutorials here are created specifically for the pace of this demo. In the final release, tutorials will be present more subtly as the story unfolds. So I don't know if this is actually the start of the game or is it maybe like after the prologue or something. But yeah, this video is uploaded by Push Square yesterday, approximately like 30 hours ago. So it's relatively new and it is new areas. It might just dip into stuff we already seen, which we have seen a lot of this game. We've seen more of this game than Ninja Gaiden, and this was announced much, much, much longer before that. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. It's not going to be much of a breakdown because I don't have any basis to compare this to, right? I can just compare it to different games. So, but if I see anything interesting or something I don't like, I'll definitely bring it up. But if you want to watch the video without, my commentary, Twitch Square, Phantom Blade Zero gameplay, just type that in or just go on their thing on their YouTube, search it up. You can watch it without me yapping in your ear. Yeah, this area, I think this is the first area, or the first time ever we saw gameplay of this game with a HUD. The director was playing it on screen. This is where you fight the guy with the long chain flail that can bite off your head. I think this was the portion. Although I'm not sure if they cut away from this portion directly into that boss. So yeah, it's giving you all sorts of tutorials. So you got your sprint, obviously. You got your crouch. Uh, it's on L3, so every time you press L3, just get ready for the stick drift to start. Pressing square 4 times did like 6 attacks there. And okay, now that's good because you have a lot of chains. From you have heavy chain, you have light heavy chain, you have light heavy chain. And it's practically your standard stuff. What I don't see here is like light heavy back to lights. Again, it seems like to be the Ninja Gaiden situation where you don't. If you start doing heavy in the middle of your string, you can't go back to lights. These are your abilities. It's called Phantom Edges. And then you also had a bow. The bow seems to be really useful. I don't know how often you can use it, considering the enemies seem to be pretty aggressively up your butt all the time. Deflect or blocking works as you just hold. You just hold and you get all these fancy animations. And your stamina runs up based on how many deflects you do. If you perfect guard, I'd assume you don't consume as much stamina, but it is definitely a worrisome interaction between aggression and defensive capabilities. I hate stamina bar for the most part. I think it just limits the player in a very dumb and lazy way. And if you disagree with that, just imagine if you had a stamina bar every time you slide. Or if Dante's Trickster had stamina bars. You know? Like really silly restrictions. Blocking a brutal move, the blue indicator. So the blue indicators, you can perfect guard them or block them on time. Dodge, a killer move, which is the red flashes. And Power Surge. Apparently, Power Surge is you holding your L2, so it's your Bloodbind, Blood Raven attacks. Wow, this game has a lot in common, button combination-wise with Ninja Gaiden. So red flashes, you dodge, and the stricter the timing for your dodges, the more payoff you get. And the blue attacks, you can perfect block. Camera? There you go. That's the worst I've ever seen the camera, and it wasn't even that bad, so that's good. Also, I've heard this game has like around 30. This is important. Okay. I've heard of this game has around like 30 weapons and more variations, not just like weapons. Like you actually have like 30 different variations of weapons. But Wayfarer is going to be your easy mode. Game Changer is probably going to be your normal mode, and you have Hellwalker. He who defies death strides confidently into hell. Extreme mode, where every enemy is a tough piece of work and they have new moves you've never seen before. In the final release, this mode will only be unlocked after you've beaten the game at least once in Game Changer mode. So you have to beat the game on normal mode Or maybe this is your hard mode and this is your normal mode. Wayfarer might be your normal mode. Game Changer, I mean, it sounds like something that's above normal. So the game is changing, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's just some silly naming scheme. But yeah, if Hellwalker is only unlockable after you beat the game, and it has to be the hardest difficulty. Oh wait, it does highlight it. Let me read. The Game Changer, the normal mode. Okay, so no, the Hellwalker is your hard mode. So Game Changer, the normal mode with a balanced challenge, recommended for those already familiar with action games. A son of the Wuling is never content with being just a pawn. Okay, cool. Let's Wayfarer. A new hero is in town, and the new world welcomes him with open arms. So yeah, this is practically the easy mode, ideal for those who enjoy exploration and story over combat. Why are you playing games at that point? But no shame in it. No shame in it. It's a learning tool to play on normal and easy. Do not be ashamed, or don't let anybody down talk you if you're playing on easy. It's fine. As long as you eventually find the motivation to bump it up later, it's fine. This demo showcases a small portion of the single chapter balancing. I was reading that. Balancing and maps may change before the final release. Yeah, okay. That's good to know. Backgrounds are pretty nice too. I wonder if you can have the background without the text. Change weapon loadouts. Oh, I wonder if it's going to bring up all the weapons. Yeah, okay. So you have 8 weapon loadouts, right? You have your range here. Oh, this is a potion. So never mind. You can have 2 weapons equipped at all time on you, and I think you can have 2 sub weapons. Then again, there is this too, so I don't know. All right, let's go through this. Okay, so you have the first weapon: single sword, dual sword, long sword. Sanguine reach. I mean, reach. Yeah, it has to be a longer range weapon. So, okay. One thing though. So you have the hybrid sword, single sword, dual sword, and heavy, like a great sword type of deal. And you can press. I wonder if there's only 4. No, it can't be 4 weapon tests because we've seen the the chakrams. So, and that's your single heavy sword, dual sword, single sword, heavy. Yeah, there you go. That's the chakrams. I don't know if that's the official name for them, but I think usually I think they're called chakrams. The twin rings out as a range weapon in quick succession with homing attacks. Yeah, we've seen this one in work. It does do range attacks if you do heavies. I think in the middle of your string. Yeah, throw. It's like okay. If you briefly phase out of existence when you briefly so the R1 is you teleport slashing pretty much, or just teleport. That's cool. Weapons have different animations. Oh yeah, this is your sub weapons. So this is like hold R2, charge up for even higher damage. You can unleash the charge attack immediately after dodging or in the middle of running. Okay, so you have while running actions. Tap twice to do instant damage. Cool. What the fuck? Oh, that's the lion head. It's just a flamethrower type of deal. It's your Nimpo. Particularly don't enjoy walking segments, but it's a short introduction to enemies, so it really makes me think this is no wait. They said this portion is a optional area. Funny enough, so this is definitely not the beginning of the game. Especially with the fact that they put range enemies on high grounds. They will not. You will not introduce a new player or any type of player to a situation like this if it's the first mission. Interesting. So what happened there? I'm actually curious. I know he blocked it. Did he press anything? He didn't press anything. I could tell. Maybe that's just a normal parry version of that move. Also, the bitrate's horrible. Yep, that's that. And so you can. Wow. Okay. So you have to have their stamina broken, and they have to be weak for you to finish them off. Huh. Don't know how I feel about that, because that's 2 conditions to do a finisher. If you could at least do a finisher to damage them a lot, maybe that would have been like more reasonable, but
it's functional, but not very precise.
Yeah.
Just the general direction. The rest is for me to figure out. Maybe finding more of those bells will provide more details.
Not gonna lie, I do like his voice actor a lot. He's an English one. But yeah, having to break stamina and having an opponent weak to do finishers is kind of too much effort. Because at that point, might as well kill them. Maybe on higher difficulties, it's more of a worthwhile thing to do. Oh, never mind. You don't have to have their stamina broken. You can just do finishers. That blood strings going off you, it's pretty much your compass. Like, it's telling you to go that way. And you do have side quests you can pick up in the middle of the story. I do wonder if he has different costumes.
Please, help Allied Justice. Those Allied Justice disciples I've seen, they're no longer. He forced us to accept what he called perfect transcension. Perfect. A pretty name doesn't change the fact. I know it really is just.
Damn. Oh. That sucks. Guess it was in over his head a little. Anyways. Bonfire lit. Sorry. The bell rang. I wonder what they're actually called, though. The director has said that this is not a Souls game, and it doesn't play like one, and it definitely doesn't. It does have aspects of it, though. And the main inspiration, because of the Souls-like, was the aesthetics of FromSoft's level design, which you can clearly see. It is through and through a action game for the most part, although some may agree Dark Souls is, and Dark Souls and Elden Ring are action games too. But you know, it's a quote unquote character action game. The term I really don't like using much because hack and slash existed for 25 years now, probably even longer. Oh yeah, next year is gonna be the anniversary for DMC One for the 25th anniversary. So remake? Question mark. Anyways, back on topic. You always have items too you can pick up and read for lores, just like every other game. So if someone says Souls like, you're flat out wrong. This was a thing back in the Metroidvania days. Like, items had descriptions. That's cool. And yeah, okay, so finishers are just, yeah, they're literally finishers. You don't have to have them stamina broken. If you, as long as you have them weak, you can just finish them off. So, Darksiders 1 type of deal. That's the oldest game I can think of that had a mechanic like this. I apologize if there's something beforehand, but I know in God of War it didn't matter for the most part. Unless, depending on enemy, I guess. Some enemies you can only finish if they're weak. Nice. Oh, he did a weapon switch, I think. Yeah, okay, so when you weapon switch, I think this might be an ability. When you weapon switch, you actually transition into it with a move set. With a technique. That's cool. There's items down there. Please go search. Damn it. You can pay range attacks, and they can't. Music to my ears. Wow, that's cool. He has a flying swallow. So did he perform that with the weapons? Seems like it. It does cost some stamina. It's such a plague on video games. It's such a plague. I'm sorry. I don't want to bring it up, but it's every time I see stamina gauge just consume every time you want to play the video game. I'm just like, what a fucking mess. Enemies are not shy to attack you all at once either, so if you sit there blocking for too long, you will get punished, as you just saw. Unique finisher. Yeah, you practically have, you know, you have unique finishers for all the enemies with all the weapons. That is a lot of animations. And the director also said that all the animations were actually recorded by masters, like actual like masters of the weapons of like martial arts. These are not like. Oh, let me just wait for that. It's a blue rose, DMC reference. But yeah, most of the time, you know, you don't you want to be authentic. So you hire people that actually know how to do these things. And I know China has a lot of people that still do traditional martial arts and lost art and weaponry, which is really good. Those type of traditions should never die. So there should always be some type of disciple taking over those. Yeah, you both are dying. I was kidding, but damn, that sucks. Interesting thing there actually. Look at his stamina bar. Didn't go down, went down, didn't go down. So I think that if you time presses, you don't lose stamina. So that's good because that means proficient play rewards you. So now all I can hope for is that there's no input delay and there's no input drops. Otherwise, your whole game plan can go to shit. And this game most likely will run much better on a PS5 Pro and obviously PC, but I'm not even sure if it's getting the PC release. But, I mean, it has to, right? I think it does. I think I've seen it. Gossip. I'm not reading all that. After that IGN article, I'm giving my throat a rest. Two cool things. Weapons are unique depending on even the classes. So this is like old school action games because nowadays they don't design multiple models for weapons. You just get the one, and the stats upgrade on it. So the fact that we actually see, you know, nice camera work. God damn. The fact that we actually see this like the same weapon category has multiple design is pretty cool. And I assume maybe they have elemental disadvantage and advantages, so or maybe something else to it. Health steal might be nice. If there's any weapon in the game has health steal, like I will be all over that shit. I like the concept of health, even though I don't like getting hit. I just like a weapon having health steal because that means when I'm labbing, I can make as many mistakes as I want and to risk everything just to see if something works. Oh yeah, those bills also work as fast travel points. How much stamina damage do you do when you do perfect parry them? Oh, plenty. That broke for stamina bar. So humanoid, you have like 2, 3 finisher animations for them for the most part. For weapon, that's so cool. I love that weapon. The fact that you can just spin your sheath in the air. You can charge your bow. Nimpo charge. Ow. Yeah, that's straight up a flying swallow. That's kind of awesome. It's a good mobility tool too. The fact that you have stuff like that automatically makes it like, this is not a Souls game. You should be able to tell by now. Wukong, that was they try to sell it high. They try to like, clean it a little bit, and push it under the rug, but that is through and through mostly a Souls game until you beat the game once. Yeah, so far we've only seen that one animation. I wonder, depending on the condition of the enemy, you might have different ones. Eye swap. Yeah, definitely weapon swapping transitions you into an attack. That's cool. I like that. Oh no, I hate. I know it's a nitpick, but I absolutely despise environments that clip you and make you stuck. Ninja Gaiden 2 is one of the most infamous ones. If I can bring up a thing, like you get clipped by a stair, you're stuck in position until you're like 180 out of it. Ooh, that is a hefty amount of super armor. Jesus, it is a heavy enemy though, so it makes sense. That's sick. Okay, we got see. I think this game comes out 2026, by the way, confirmed. Because of
It's perfected by the order. They say it's all benefits, no side effects. Why not? Plus, Alkaid will be more than happy to do it anyway, if only to avenge Red.
because of the success that Wukong had in the gaming industry of China, the gaming division has actually gotten way more funding and investments. So the Phantom Blade Zero devs said that, yeah, like this is definitely coming out in 2026. There's going to be no delays. We'll see, one, but two, it is good that China is actually, doubling down on video games, because they definitely have a great mythology and an insane amount of arsenal when it comes to martial arts and like just cool mocap stuff they can do. Case in point being this and Wukong. I have not played Wukong, by the way, so just putting that out there. Ever since Elden Ring, ever since I finished Elden Ring, I was like, that's it for me with Souls games. So because the way I play Souls games is I do everything, like every boss, every named item in the game I collect, every armor, every actual like item, every weapon, like, and I upgrade them to the max. That's how I play it. I like to 100% it. But then once you've done it 4 times, you're like, yeah, I'm done. Did it with Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Sekiro, and Elden Ring, and I was like, yeah, I've had my fun. Exploration, there you can actually go around. Dark Fragment. Hold up, I'm gonna read that because that sounds like an upgrade. Mysterious shot with texture somewhere between metal and stone. Gather 4 pieces. Oh, you got your blue orb fragments. Gather 4 pieces and fit them together to create a whole dark stone. Collect 4 fragments to permanently boost your attack and breach power by 20%. So it's a Sekiro thing more than blue fragments. Sorry, dark fragments. In Sekiro you had the perma upgrades. Your damage goes up and your posture damage goes up. So I think it was based on boss souls or something, and collectibles too. So you can permanently upgrade your attack damage. See, I hope that's not a keep up mechanic and actually an upgrade mechanic, because in Sekiro, by all means, it was a keep up mechanic. You upgrade yourself to keep up with the area. It was not an upgrade. You were just hanging in there. That doesn't consume stamina. I wonder if this is faster than just sprinting. Essentially, step jumping in Ninja Gaiden for faster traversal, which I think we still do in Ninja Gaiden 4. I think step dodging or slide jumping is still a faster way of traversal than sprinting. We'll see though after TGS. I am 100% sure a demo is gonna get announced after TGS. But when? It's a week before the release. They can. Okay. Ranged or flying enemies can get one tapped by a charge bolt. That's good. At least on normal. In no games, there's a rule of thumb. In any game, dealing with flying enemies and dogs is the worst thing that that has to go through. So usually nobody wants to put up with it. And this area is right behind the guy you talk to.
Are you still waiting? Don't forget what Allied Justice did to Red. Perfect Transcension is our only ticket out.
The guy behind the bars would beg to differ. And all the dead bodies around. Collect. Hold up. So the 7 stars. Collect all echo petals left behind by members of the 7 stars. So I'm guessing this is your side quest. The quest you got from this guy leads you to these blue roses. You pick them up to give you lore pieces, and I think after you do it, maybe you get an objective. Or maybe that just finishes the quest. I am dumbfounded that bird ate 3 swings. Aw. Well, you can assassinate. We have seen it before, but you can assassinate, indeed. Ouch. Explosive range attacks. Fun stuff. Oh, it's these guys. Dodge. Go too soon. Ah. You have a move that can iframe above their attacks. That's kind of cool. It might not even have iframe. It might just be... Ooh. I like that weapon. There's a lot of Chinese weapons I love. And I wouldn't mind if Ryu gets some, but it's not his aesthetic. He is a ninja, and by all means, ninjas are Japanese, so... these finishers, the perfect dodge, ones that where you take their weapon and use it against them, I love that.
They're now like empty shells, hardly human anymore.
What's the big deal? Aren't we all empty shells?
Poetic.
Justice itself has become one damn empty shell.
Yeah. But yeah, one of my favorite aesthetics in a video game combat would be taking your enemy's weapon and using it against them. I love doing that because it's just such a flex, right? It's like I don't even need to use my own weapon. I'm gonna beat you with your own tool. It's just a cool flex, in my opinion. Did he iframe or did that guy just miss? I think the guy just missed. So those blast radius are smaller than the visuals, which is how it should be. So that's awesome. Definitely a point towards the development team. Explosives should never be bigger or on the same size as the visuals. For consistency's sake on the player's side. And then you have video games where they do the complete opposite. Ninja Gaiden 2. Nice. Yeah, if you time your deflects instead of blocking, you don't consume stamina and their stamina gets annihilated. Armor now, yep. So once they get to a certain health, they armor. Oh! By killing enemies? Interesting. Or was that like an item there on the ground? No, he got it off killing that guy. Cool, okay. Increasing your attack and breach power by 20% is a big number, man. It's a big-ass number, so... Maybe if you collect all of them, you'll actually be insanely strong. Maybe it's like the Wukong situation where the game feels really like against you till you beat it, and then you like turn into this god as a player because of all the abilities you have. I'll be fine with that. Overdrive, I like that. I don't like that. That horse jumped, brother. Interesting. Do you have to use specific tools to break areas? Huh. Birds. The one thing I would like to say, and again, aesthetics are subjective as hell, so could be just on my end. But the game looks a little gray. Just a little gray. Like that sunlight, if that sunlight wasn't there, the game would be extremely gray. Like this is at like sundown, right? You would expect a lot of orange. There's not many clouds in the air. I mean, this looks a little foggy, but there's not many clouds in the air. But all the fire smokes, I guess, make it a little foggy. I don't want it to look like Fortnite or anything. It's just a little bit of coloration. Would be nice. I guess the effects add the coloration. Makes it all special. China and Korea with their special effects. They love them things. Damn, boy, that stomach jiggle. Why do I feel like this enemy is going to be like a normal enemy that's going to appear later? Did he armor that? Or did he deflect it? Because I think his health reduced. Yeah, he armored through it and staggered the boss. Cool utility. I would love to note, by the way, you can deflect these big-ass attacks of the boss. And if you time it right, it still doesn't consume stamina. Wow. Sad I missed what happened there, because something happened with his HUD. He used the technique. That was phase 1, I'm guessing. He's getting back up. Oh, never mind. Gets mad, dies. I wonder if this is played by a player, the journalist, interview, or is it B-roll footage? I don't think it's B-roll. I do not think it's pre-recorded footage, but I could be mistaken too, and I think I am because there's certain parts I remember, but I don't know. Oh, so defeating that enemy gives you their unique sub-weapon ability. Cool. Alright. Recover 100% health and accelerate shot chi essence gain for 30 seconds. Charges 1. Every living person has at least one projection in the Parawulan. A doctor working for the Order devised a method that blends miracle and medicine, channeling power from your other selves for healing and other benefits. So I'm saying it's just a healing item. It's not like really like a healing. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't buff your already existing healing item. It's just a different healing item. Your max potion, elixirs. They're pretty generous with teleportation bots. I wonder if this is just here for the demo. Nice, they have a tutorial right in the boss fight as you get the weapons. Like, hey, this is how you use it. Cool. That's cool. Ah, glorious. Chain assassinations. Fantastic. Love it. Love it, love it. Absolutely love it. These are good mechanics. These are good mechanics that if the game matches the theme, you should absolutely have it. Doesn't matter. I mean, if Assassin's Creed improved their gameplay by adding it, then of course a game as good as this can.
A normal guy. That's a surprise.
More than I can say for you.
Do you know how to get into the training ground?
So, you're here to die too.
Potentially.
Yourself then. Take the path on that side, beyond the pigeon loft, and the skywalk along the cliff. 3 burning beacon towers. 7 swordsmen.
7 swordsmen.
I don't know his name. They call him Alcade. They have the key you need.
Much appreciated.
Beware of the 7 stars.
Ah, it's the boss fight. Okay.
Together, they have slain countless evildoers. But now, they're dark and hollow, just like their faces.
7 samurais.
The faceless part. Is it caused by perfect transcension?
Yes, it takes away your heart, leaving only a husk. They put you to sleep. And when you wake up, you're not human anymore.
You mean you're...
My face is evaporating, right? Never mind it. I poisoned myself. And death will claim me long before I transform into one of
Honorable. Although poison is less honorable.
peace.
Those are the enemies. Yeah. Oh, just cut away? Okay, cool. Healer's Journal. I think it's just a note. It doesn't give you any significant, like... It's not like a upgrade blueprint, I'm pretty sure. It's just a note. Yeah, that sucks. Oh well. Not everything can be mechanical, right? It's like, I'm expecting too much.
floating healers?
That is pretty cool. And weird. Round trip. I like it. And you can switch weapons, by the way, and use other stuff while that's going on, so. Haha. Is that a loot midget? Sorry, midget is now offensive. It's a... What do Borderlands call it? Loot tinks? Oh, they have long range attacks, too. It's a loot monkey. I don't know what to call him. I really don't know. Everything's offensive now, so I gotta be careful what I say. Oh, you're getting your shit pushed. Wow, they have insane range. So they just have like projectile attacks? You might want to round trip that guy. And pay attention, that enemy did not have a stamina bar. So you couldn't like immobilize him. Thankfully he got staggered by most of the hits, but yeah, so enemies also lose their posture meter if they are blocking you, so that's good. That's fair. You just gain stamina back by switching weapons. Yeah, that's sick. If there's enough ways to counteract the stamina bar, I'm down with it. If you can get good enough to completely bypass stamina bar, I'm good with it. Because I know Lost Soul Side has it too. Some fucking reason.
Determined to die together with Al-Qaeda. That cultist vixen. They shouldn't have kept her alive. Now, she's transcended. And so have we. We are all one and the same.
And yep. She was right at the border. Oh, rest in peace. Also, the music, by the way, very nice. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it is gorgeous.
About what happened to Red, we are all on your side. So what? What difference can you make in the eyes of the higher-ups? We are all dispensable.
Was that all of it? No, he's missing one more. Okay. Curious to see what happens. Do you heal? Oh, he didn't sit. I actually wonder if you do heal if you interact with the bells. I'd assume you will. Item up there. No, go back. You fool. Ah, good man. Ember chip. Select fortunes to permanently expand your shot chi. Oh, so your stamina. Okay, you can increase that too. That is good. That is good. And just look at that. It increased. Cool. Awesome. This game might not bother me with the stamina bar. Ah, man, so many games, man. Like Lost Soul Side drops today, which I will be streaming as long as my eyes allow it and my arms. Then Ninja Gaiden comes out in less than 2 months. No, it is less than 2 months. You got what, 55 days left? And then who knows what's gonna happen at Game Awards? What announcements and shadow drops we might get? And then no enemy, mini boss, Red Wraith. Oh, this might be a. Is this like the optional objective boss? Because it was doing a side quest too. Whiffed. I really despise the fact that sometimes they just don't care. They just armor through everything. Like on whiff, you should be able to absolutely stagger them. He's decided to ignore that. Interesting. So I'm assuming he's not gonna finish the last petal. He's not gonna find the last blue rose for the side quest either if he's ignoring that. Very interesting. Also, cool little detail. He tosses the chakram and it actually lingers on the floor here. A little weirdly, but still there. Note of how many side areas he's been ignoring too, neglecting, obviously because it's a demo, they don't want to show everything. They want the players to actually experience it themselves. But yeah, a lot of side paths you can take in this game. And this area is an optional area. This is not a story-related area. This is completely, like, if you ignore exploration, you're gonna miss this. I don't think it's, like, permanently missable till you start a new game. I think it's just, you know, it's not on the line of you doing the main story. Don't quote me on that. There might be missables in this game unless you restart, so who knows.
Perfect
Ah, glad I was
transition
wrong about this.
isn't so perfect after all. It has the same problem. You just lose it a bit slower. I think it takes away your free will, even before your sanity. The way I see it, they've all become slaves of the Esquire.
Okay, what's the payoff for doing this? The Seven Stars saw the true face of Allied Justice leaders. They turned to perfect transcension with the power to avenge Red, only to become someone else's pawn in yet another grand game. By piecing together this Echo Blossom, you have received a permanent boost to your max health. Ah, okay. Cool. So, dark fragments are for damage. The orange fragments, I forgot, Echo fragments? They're for your stamina, and these blue petals are for your health. So, by all means, blue orb fragments, and they're blue roses instead. This is just DMC. Up the wazoo. Wow, pretty generous, and you can chain it. How much you want to bet there's an upgrade that you can get a multiple chain assassinations? Up to like 3 or 4? Perfect. So due to the fact that if you time your presses, stamina doesn't deplete, you gotta get good at recognizing and remembering every enemy's pattern. So familiarity depth in this game is going to be very handy. 5. Finisher. Nice. That is a traditional technique. You use the power of your neck to actually swing the sword faster and with better accuracy. Bye. That's definitely an item, right? Medicine development. Yeah, it's just a medicine. Your gourd. Yeah, this is definitely fucking Sekiro inspired. But your gourd is, heals you, and it's your permanent healing item that it's always gonna be there, and most I think it always refreshes. The game tells you, by the way, like if you pay attention here, it says the HUD is blocking it, but yeah, Justice Camp this area and completion is 41%. So a lot of things we can grab here. Do wonder if there's something you can do to mark all the items on your map, though. That would be sick. Coming up on the boss fight, and the music on the second phase of this boss fight, spoilers, is awesome. Like this is some Ninja Gaiden 3 tier like music. I would note that the person playing this, because this is B-roll footage, is experienced, right? Because if you've seen the actual people that have gotten hands-on, they get decimated pretty fast. So if you see this guy make this boss fight into a joke, it's because he's played this game, especially this sequence for showcase sake, a lot. Most likely multiple takes, and they decide to record the best one. You should have had me play it, man. Very beautiful. Very generous with hurt boxes too, because carry that. Nice. Can you cancel mid attack into a guard? Yes, you can. Oh, he almost. Okay, there we go. Got the finisher. I think we've only seen that finisher for the chakrams. Perfect. Another perfect dodge. Oh, if you break the main guy's stamina, the rest of them stagger. So if you want to just focus him, that's viable. Dead. Ah, it gives you heals back if you kill the minions. Yep, they get staggered. That's awesome. That's good. Hmm. Trying to think if it's better locking on in this fight or not because because of how much they move around and they tend to, the main boss tends to put the other guys off screen, and they still attack you if they are off screen. So I don't know. And he revives them periodically. Interesting. That's that. Yeah, this seems like a boss fight. If you are not aggressive enough, you are gonna get messed up. Because if you're not killing enough minions or staggering the boss enough, they're gonna be on your ass all the time. So eventually, your stamina is gonna be losing the war of attrition. But the second fight is just a pure one-on-one now. Technically, but you get what I'm saying. It's one guy versus one guy, not 1v7. You do have a retaliation too. Look how fast he got rid of the stamina bar. I'm sure he's just because he's trying to showcase the game. He's not doing big attacks, but I'd assume, oh, you can just block those. It consumes the hell out of your stamina though. But yeah, I think when you stamina break them or when you near stamina break them, it's better to use your utility tools to just do something massive to them. Oh, interesting. So if you don't fight the Red Wraith on top of that tower, she joins the fight. She sacrifices health to give the main boss health. So, oh, speedrunners might have it really bad then. If you try to speedrun and skip enemies, you might have to deal with situations like this where it is including more RNG into your pattern. So, double parry. They are synchronized. That's good. That's good. They tend to attack at the same time, so if you're parrying one, you can most likely parry the other one too. So the bad thing about this situation is that if you're trying to heal, you are going to be very unlucky. He's not finishing it off. Interesting. This is not B-roll footage then. This is new footage. I'm guessing exclusive to Push Square. But it's probably the same person playing because I'm seeing the same player behavior and most of the moveset. Now you kill it, right? Yeah, okay. You get rid of it, what happens? Nothing. This should be the end. He's trying to be cute with it. That move was red, so I'm guessing you have to dodge it, even though there was no flash. Two, three, four. Only 4 of them left. Oh, it looks like only 3 of them left after me. Okay. So from 7, you kill 3 of them, and then 4 of them are remaining, then you kill all of them. Okay. You get 2 more pills here.
Vixen of the despicable cult, atone for your sins with blood and pain.
I know why I say petal. That's whole ass flower.
Save your shameless, poisonous lies. You seduced my protege and turned him against me. This is sin of the worst kind.
Not seduced. We're genuinely in love. Wake up, honorable masters. Your real enemy is out there. Transcension is turning the Wulin upside down.
Our real enemy is corrupting us from the inside. Take her to the dungeon and flay her face.
Not enough. Bathe her with boiling water. Dump her in the snake pit if she survives that.
That's cruel.
Oh, yes. Do that. Strip her seductive charm that led fine young men astray.
I'm sure they're just kidding, right? So do you still need to collect multiple of these to upgrade your health? Or do they just chunk you? I think they just chunk you.
We've simply stopped caring. Yes, the Esquire is creating pawns with perfect transcension. But guess what? We're pawns anyway. Be justice, they manipulate us all the same. Listen, we're doing perfect transcension, but not to better serve someone. Going forward, we will control our destinies. I've said my piece. The door's right there if you don't agree. Now who's with me?
7 of them. Yeah, so these petals just chunk you. They give you health. They give you like a maximum health every time you pick it up. Phantom Blade 0. So that's the demo, and I'm guessing we're gonna get this demo eventually too. Or hopefully they'll give us a different part of the game, because we've seen this footage a lot. But yeah, lots of cool things if I can find. So the main things, you know, you have a lot of weapons, right? Like plenty of weapons. You have light into heavy strings, right? You can perfect dodge red attacks. You can perfect block blue attacks. You do have a flying swallow that can be used for maneuvers outside of combat for traversal speed. Abilities, which is your R2, and your L2 is a like enhanced version of the shit you can do. And you can transition with weapons. Weapon transitions actually start with an attack if you want to weapon switch. And you do have the God of War style, or you know, just classic hack and slash style of upgrade system, which you collect a bunch of fragments of a thing, and that when you turn that fragments into a whole thing, you get health boost, stamina boost, or damage boost in the shape of the dark fragments, the blue roses, and the echo fragment, I think it was called. Yeah. So that's Phantom Blade. I don't know if they're going to show us any more footage of this one, but cool new thing we learned in this footage, besides the ones we see, is that if you don't kill the side boss here, she actually joins the main boss in the fight, which makes it twice as hard because she can sacrifice her health to give this guy health. So yeah, that's awesome. And you miss out on the health upgrade early on you can get to fight this guy a little bit easier. So, you know, my rule of thumb is explore everything before attempting to go at the right path. And tonight, when I'm playing Lost Soul Side, you're going to see how annoying that is. Because I be spinning my camera, look at every corner before I advance into the right path. And that game is RPG, so I don't want to miss out on anything. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. If there is any more like deep things I can find about this game, especially with new footage, I'll figure it out. But I did touch upon everything bit by bit. Not everything, obviously. I might have missed something because there's not a point of reference I can go on with this game for the most part. But yeah, you do have a lot of cool mechanics. Like the chain assassination is probably my favorite mechanic in this game. I love chain assassination, and I hope you can do more than 3. One of the reasons why Ghost of Tsushima was so fun is like you had triple chain assassination. That was pretty fucking lit. Yeah, the game looks awesome. And the fact that you have a lot of ways to negate the stamina bar, and this is very important because I know probably a lot of you are not a big fan of stamina bars either in action games, in actual action games. There's a lot of ways you can negate it. If you perfect block everything, if you press the button on time instead of just holding it down, you don't consume stamina. Weapon transitioning gives you a chunk of stamina back. And there was a couple other things in there too that actually do not consume stamina if you do it right. So, and plus the fact that you can upgrade, obviously, to have a bigger stamina bar. So, yeah, that's good news to me. That is news I want to hear. I actually love the fact that you can make this into a non-existent factor in the fight. So, unless you make a lot of mistakes or a lot of slip-ups, your stamina is not going to be a factor. You don't have to worry about it. That's the flying swallow I was talking about. And yeah, we do have range attacks. And we do not only we have range weapons, we also have weapons that have the ability to start off melee but go into long range. These are the weapon abilities I was talking about. Yeah, and that's the blue rose that upgrades your health if you get 6 of them. I wonder if the number increases every time though. Like next time maybe you have to collect 7 or 8. So yeah. But that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tonight for some Lost Soul Aside. Not to overshadow this, but that game is finally coming out after 10 long years. So hope you guys tune in for that one. I will be doing a no commentary on that on first playthrough, because I want you guys to just hear the story and watch the gameplay without me yapping, and I want me to also enjoy it too. But on my subsequent playthroughs, whether I decide to do easy or hard next time, I'm not going to do easy on stream. It's boring as fuck to watch, most likely. I'm probably gonna do hard on stream, and I'm gonna do commentary. So if there's any questions, feel free to ask during the stream. And if there's any tech you guys have discovered, shut up. I want to discover shit on my own for a little bit. After a month, I'll definitely be open to suggestions when it comes to tech. Because if you teach me a tech, and if it's a good tech, that means I'm probably not going to use other stuff, right? Then I'll stop exploring. That's why I don't want to know about it. Because I like abusing very useful stuff. So, anyways, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys in approximately 8 hours again.